else is there? All right, fucking one song medley there. Here's the song you didn't know you thought you might not want to learn. Cosmic Monsters Incorporated. Fucking Trick of Light. So loosely illustrated. There we go. White Zombie. Before it turned into Rob Zombie. I'll show you everything here. All the drips off the harmony drips on the back of the chorus. So let's go fucking around and get started. Just muting them strings. Probably about as far down as you can get. Just count to 4 over and over again. You run into it, and the last one you do, on the last count of 4, you cut off the 4. You come here. 6th fret of the A string. Grab a power chord. So. That up, you can probably figure that shit out. So we're just taking that power chord shape. We're gonna go 6/5, throwing a couple of muted A's in there between. We're gonna go up a string to the D string, same fret there on the 6th, 8th fret on the G. Go down there. After that, we'll come back to our originals. We call that D sharp, 6th fret on the A string. So just come down and grab the shape there on the 3rd fret of the A string, down to the 2nd fret, and back up to the 3rd. Slide into the 3rd fret on the B, grab a harmonic or a pick squeal. 3rd fret on the B, and grab the old fucking G string there, the 5th fret. Walk down 5/4 on the G, to the 5th fret of D. We're just gonna do the same thing, just octave lower. Grab your open D, to the 3rd fret of A, 2nd fret of A, the 3rd fret of E. All right. I think start with a couple open E's. So yeah, just it's in the same pattern we were doing here. We're gonna go on the 6th fret there of the A string, power chord shape. Go down to the A note there, 5th fret, and also the G, and then a 3rd fret there. And then on the walk up, just gonna drop that G, the E string all together. Grab the A and D. I don't know if that's me out of tune or fucking flanged you're on there. It's probably a little too much distortion for this fucking song, but yeah. So we're just walking back up the same chord. We're just dropping that low E off there. I'm kind of taking some liberties on this, I think, because when from what I hear on this when I listen to the shit, he's not playing that E string at all. It sounds like it's just fucking. That's just letting the bass grab the low end of that shit, or maybe I'm just hearing hearing the fucking thing wrong, but I don't hear that. I don't hear that. But you're playing with yourself, it's gonna sound better with that bottom end on there. So I'm just saying that, you know what I'm saying? Also during the chorus, there's some liberties too I'm taking. It sounds like it, but I play it. Cross that motherfucking bridge when we get there. So, move back to that little deal right there. And come back to the 3rd fret on the old E. We'll grab that power chord shape there on the 3rd fret of E to an open E. We'll slide from the 3rd fret up to the 5th fret. We're gonna grab an open E. Same shit again. Wait. Yeah, there we go. Second time around, just grab twice on the 6th fret. There's also 2 open taps, so dig that. Taps in there. And 2 more taps before you go from the 5th to the 6th. Ah. Hopefully I made some sense out of that after I fucking walked all over it. Alright. To the chorus. Take me to the fucking chorus. Grab your 1st fret there on the E. A couple muted taps, touches, picks. I'm just gonna go back and forth on that pedal tone. Up to the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Back down. Last one, a little trill. Just throw as many as you can get in there. Then again, that's what I hear on the studio version there. But you know, sounds better. Taking that root E right there, 6-5 down to 3. From 6 to 5, back up to 6, and down to 3. And back to our little, call it, that's a D4 really, D4, F4, right? Yeah. Alright, let's move the fuck on. That little what's going on between there on the back of the behind the chorus there. Grabbing the F note there, 6th fret on your B string. And whatever the fuck note this is, D sharp on your G. Just bend that up to make that F. A couple of those. And if you're so inclined, you throw your harmonizer on there. Harmonizer. I've got mine down. I don't know how harmonizers work, I just know how this one works. It's in the key of E minor. And it's down a minor third. But you can grab the single note there too, just the 15th fret on your E, down to the 17th fret of your B, to the 16th fret of the G there. Alright, then it goes back to the, and for that, some weird shit up here on the 18th fret. It's F note again. Anyway, F note, and it just that's it. That's all I fucking hear on there. Back into the verse. So anyway, back to the verse, back to the chorus. Except for this time on the behind, instead of doing this, and there's like some delay on there, on my shit too, but there's also on the record. This sounds like some weird clown shit. Anyway, I'm sure I'm missing something there. Maybe I'm not. And then the last one, I'm just grabbing, it doesn't sound like much anything again, you know, just kind of a background effect. So 17 and 20 there. Grab that 20 and hammer on pull off on 17 to 20 back again. But it'd be hard to grab all that and then also come down for that. So pick your battles, however you want to do. Ooh. That's what I'm sticking with. Something wild going on there. Yeah, I don't want to get into bullshit. I mean, I do plan to slip a lesson in here somewhere. Between all this, just look what I do and then do that shit. But I don't know if it's gonna be here. I saw that fucking Guthrie Govan do a thing on chromatics, and I have no idea what the fuck he's talking about. He says the chromatics work because your good notes of the scale are on the fucking upbeat, and I have no fucking idea what that. I mean, I know what that means, but it's whatever. I can sort shit out, but for some reason that little 8-note fucking thing is just blocking my fucking pick. Anyway, move the fuck on here. Yeah, I don't know if it's that. So I'm playing it. Something's fucking off there. Anyway, 5-3 or 5-4-3 on an A string. Anyway, I'm not gonna fucking beat it up. Start squeezing this fucking song like handing a kitten to a fucking kid with Down syndrome, you know what I mean? I'll get, ugh. Anyway. That's what I got. 5-4-3 open and 4-3-2-1 on the E string. Anyway, so then we'll come up here and we'll grab a 3rd fret of the E string. Pull off or I just 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll come up here and grab the D, G, and B strings. The G chord chord. Then we'll grab that 3rd fret again on the E. Go to an open A. Slide that down, then we're just gonna walk 3, 5. You can do 3, 5, 6 if you want, or you can go to open. I like the instead of going up to 6, I just grab the intonation on the 5th fret there. Do it however you prefer. Then there's a open A string. That's just 3 on the A, down to 3 on the E, back to the open A. And I'm not sure if there's a. Oh, it just sounds. Let's go back to the 3, 3, 3. I believe there's a one of those in there before you come back to that. And then I think it goes into the chorus or the solo. So they get your. I'm just gonna play the backdrop there, the thing. B to a C, 2nd fret of the A, power chord to the 3rd fret, open A chord there, A5, back to C, back to B, we just walk down to the 1st fret there. Alright, I think that's about got that shit. And then I'm just gonna tear onto the solo here. I'm gonna click on my fucking wah pedal because I don't have a toggle switch on my shit here, so I can't flip into my fucking thing. And I've I made this shit, so anyway, I didn't have a way to cut the fucking toggle in there, the blade, so I can't move that bitch. Anyway. What's a wah pedal but you're going back and forth between your treble and your fucking bridge pickup anyway, right? Alright, here we go. B Locrian or B Phrygian. Here maybe comes the lesson. Scales. You may think fuck scales. So-and-so said they don't know what fucking scales are. Well, so-and-so's a liar. Alright, so an accomplished guitar player saying that he doesn't know fucking what scales are would be like you saying that you don't know how to sing the fucking alphabet song, all right? And it's just as essential as that song is to your fucking communication every day, that is to your guitar playing. But if you never put it in there, you're never gonna have it. Now, I don't know why these guys like to pretend like they don't know what fucking scales are, you know what I mean? Like it all just comes from the fucking heavens or the fucking hells or whatever. It's, you know what I mean? Music's not that fucking mysterious. If you're drowning in it, you're gonna fucking shit something out. So, you know what I mean? You don't know what scales are? Anyway. But the fucking point of it is, and I'm going to do a thing here. That's going to get fucked up. A minor is my fucking kitchen. That's my comfort zone. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to walk that through. I'm going to do the bottom half of the scales. But here, though, I'm going to talk about an anagram. You know what a fucking anagram is? You take a letter or a word, switch the fucking letters around, you come up with a new word, right? So I'm gonna work this out with the word tea, like a fucking cup of tea and scrumpets, right? So you take the word fucking tea, T-E-A, right? T. Then if you start on the fucking 2nd letter, which is E, and just keep and rotate around, right? You're not fucking moving the letters around. You're just keeping the letters. You're just, when you get to the end, you start to the beginning, right? T-E-A. If you start on the E, you got E-A. Back to fucking T. You've got T, eat, a whole different fucking word. And if you start on the last fucking letter, A, T, E, you got 8. So you got fucking 3 different words, all with the same letters. That's all fucking scales are. You know what I mean? So, and they're not as fucking wild as you think. So let's go with the bottom half of the A minor scale. It's just A, B, C, D, E, F, G. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. No sharps or flats in that shit. Alright. So this, just like the anagram, that right there, the A note, that's your minor scale. So anywhere you've got an A note on your guitar, you can start building a fucking A minor scale. You start on the second note of the fucking scale. Now you're in B Locrian. Okay? Same fucking notes. You're just starting on you're starting on the next one after the A. You go to the C. You start on the C note. You go C, D, E, F, G, A, B, back to C. It's all just flat notes or regular notes again. You're in C major. That's a C major scale. That might not be it. But you get the idea. Okay, so that's a C major scale. You go to D note, next letter of our fucking A, B, C, D, that's your Dorian scale. Same notes, just different fucking starting point. Start on the E, E Phrygian. F, F Lydian. G, G Mixolydian. Then you're back to A again. Alright? Now just to show that, maybe I'm fucking blowing through that, but this shit's important. So, just like I said, that anagram, just starting on a different one gives you, and it's the same. If I come down here to fucking G minor, that's G minor, that's fucking A Locrian, that's A sharp major. Ooh, that just sounds fucking nasty. And there's C Dorian, D Phrygian, yeah, D sharp Lydian, F mixed Lydian. It's the same anywhere you go. And once you get those patterns down, you're like, oh, am I playing in fucking A minor? Well, I know that I got the fucking A scale, I got the Dorian, and I got the Phrygian. And then you restart your A up there. Just those three scales are going to put you all over the fucking map. You know what I mean? And if moving between scales, it's all the same fucking notes. Here, you want me to move between? I'll move between the fucking minor scale. There, I just moved between the fucking minor scale and the Dorian scale. All this fretboard gymnastics is bullshit. You know what I mean? Don't try to overwork it. Just the same notes, just in a different fucking spot. And when you put them in that, that 1-3-5, I'm not gonna fuck with that, but it puts them right in the pocket. You know what I mean? So when you're fucking around up here, and you want to land right there, because that feels fucking good to land there. That's the root of your scale right there. That's your A note. You know what I mean? It's in the E Phrygian scale, but it's in the A minor fucking key. Anyway, what else do I got here? Just to gum this bitch up a little bit more. Fucking scales and scales. All right, let's break them down just real quick here. So we got the A minor, back to A. Now if I want to go from the A minor to, say I want to go to A Dorian, right? That's it. Move this note on the fucking 8th fret to the 9th fret. There's just one note difference between that scale. Here's your minor, here's your Dorian. Alright, then say you want to build a mixed Lydian. One note difference between that and the Dorian. Fucking one note difference between the mixed Lydian and the major scale. Mixed Lydian. They're not really fucking. They're not like I said, it's not a fucking mystery box here. You just got to get in there. You know what I mean? If you're just doing tabs only, you know what I mean? That's like going and just hanging out by the pool. You're gonna get wet, but man, you want to dive in that motherfucker, right? So putting them off, whatever. Ask yourself how many guitar players are out there ripping shit down just on tabs. None. You know what I mean? And I've never heard a motherfucker just pick the guitar up and start playing by ear like a fucking, you know what I mean? I'm sure there's somebody out there, I've just never heard of them. I don't know. But you have to put in some work somewhere. But just build those fucking scales. Just start building that A minor or G minor. Put it wherever the fuck you want to. It's all the same. Just build that. Work that fucker out for, you know what I'm saying? I got about 30, 45 seconds of actual practice time in me where I fucking and do that shit. So I'm not trying to tell you to do some shit that I wouldn't do. 30, 45 fuck, just build that son of a bitch. Every time you pick the guitar up, just build the motherfucker. And after a fucking month or however long you fuck around, that bitch will be locked in, and then you can move on to something else. Move on to that Dorian. Because you're only moving that one note. There's top half your minor scale, top half the Dorian, top half the Phrygian, top half of the fucking mixed Lydian, top half of the major. You know what I mean? They're only just a note difference. Anyway, let's get to the fucking solo here. It had to be like having your fucking teeth pulled. So, come here to the old 17th fret. We're gonna pick 17, 16, 17. So, we go right above it there to the G string. 16, 17, back to 16. Right, that's the 17th fret. Be a little fucked up when I crossed the old border there on 12. So yeah. So 17, 16, 17, pick it. Hammer on, pull off, 16, 17, back to 16 on the G. And come down here to what's that, 19 on the D string. And back to our 16. So it's 19, 16. Just for the halibut, the first three notes are just a set of 6. And then from middle, and then on you're building a set of 8. So we come down here and grab the exact down here. And we're gonna mute it. Grab your 9th fret up to 10. So go 9, 10 on the A string there. Up to the 9th fret of your D string. B note there, root of our fucking key we're in. Almost sounds like there's that's just 3. So 9, 10 on A, 10 on D, back to 9 on the A string, and come down to the 7th fret of the A, and the 7th fret of E. Put an extra note on there. Alright, so that's going to 7 and A, 7 and E, to an open E with a bar dive. Then you want to come grab your, and I'm not a fucking whammy bar guy, so maybe you can work this out better than I can, because I don't even hit the fucking bar, I just play through it. Yeah, anyway. Grab it with the bar. Or however you prefer. Alright, that's what is it? 13th fret of the D. Now this one here's I don't know if you say fucking nuanced or what, but put the first set in a 6. I know you're thinking, I got perfect fucking meter, I know how to play. You're gonna want to plug that meter into, counting 3s and 4s and building up to 8s and 16ths and all that bullshit. It's just like the alphabet. Once you get it in there, you can start dialing it in and playing shit up. You know what I mean? Everything's not just 4 counts. They go between 8 fucking 8s and 6 sextuplets and fucking back and forth. And if you don't have that shit in there, you just be writing in everything you play will just be stock fucking 4 or 3 count. Anyway, so 1, 2, 3, and back down. So we're going 14, 15, 17. So 14, 15, 17, back to 14, and a pull off from 15 to 12. Now, just as a suggestion to save you some frustration, because it's kind of a tough fucking turnaround here. Maybe catch that 14 again when you come back to 14 on with your second finger, setting you up for that pull off. Alright, anyway, let's move on here. So, this is like maybe it's a 8th notes. I'm gonna just put 2 sets of 4. Hammer on 14 to 15, pull off to 12. And to come to the 14th there on the G. Then we're gonna do a 3-way slide, 2-way slide, 3-way slide, 3 notes, 2 slides. So So something to work out. So anyway, moving on, we're gonna come to a thing here. Slide into the 16th fret of your G. Sixteenth of G, go at 14th and 16th. That's D string. Yeah, slide into your D string there on the 16th. Walk up 14, 16 on the G. There's 2 taps there on that fucking 16. Bend it up and grab your 17th fret, your B string. Kind of release that bend. Yeah. Back and forth there on 16, 14. Oh, 6. Oh, fuck. Yeah, that is 16, 14. All right. Oh shit. I'm totally fucked up. Trill on the 17, 18. There's also a harmony part on there. Another guitar comes in somewhere, a couple times on here. It doesn't matter. All right, come down here and grab G and B strings together. Well, that might be, for the sake of the remainder of this bitch, I cut that wah pedal off because I barely fucking hear myself think. So, 5th fret of the G and B, we'll pull up. 7th fret of the D. Right? G and and B on 5, down to 7 on D, down to 5 on D, back up to 7. I'm hitting a couple taps there on the D string there. Couple muted taps on D, 5th fret of D, 3rd string. Hammer on 5 to 7 on A. Back to G and B. 7th fret, not back, I guess. We're going there for the 1st. So. Two taps there on that 7th B and G. Start back again. Just 5 down to 7. Now there, the harmony part's there too, I think. Hit that harmonic. Vibrato on there. Now here we are again. Kind of some scale bullshit. What the fuck are we in? Alright, now I'm fucking switching. I'm going to B minor. Because B minor is also D major. And that's what we're going to pick up on the 10th fret here on the D note. Just for the sake of simplicity. This motherfucker. Anyway, let's go. So we're going to go 10, 12, 14 on the E string, 10, 12, 14 on the A string, 11, 12, 14 on the D string, 12, 14 on the G string. Now it's a 4 count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and then 3, 4. It's so fucking fast though, I mean, but it just helps to keep the rhythm of it, you know what I mean? Because if you don't have that 4 count, you're gonna come in there, if you're putting triplets in there, that's gonna sound weird. And I hurry that shit, so I can't fucking play it. Especially when I'm trying to nail that bitch perfect. Whoa. Of course, with that wah pedal, or if you switch to your bridge pickup or your neck pickup, it'll sound just like the shit. God damn, why am I rushing that? Alright, well, I'm not gonna work out my fucking shortcomings here. That thing there, and then we're gonna. Alright. Maybe 2 notes there on that 15th fret of B. Yeah. Put some pretty good vibrato on that. 15th fret of B, a couple times, and up to 15th fret of E. And then this little harmony part leading into the. I can't say if this is right or wrong. Well, I'm not going to say it's fucking wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's not right. So, harmony parts, real quick. You know, sometimes the motherfuckers are just nothing more than I don't know any good guitar player that would just throw a fucking harmonizer on their shit. But sometimes they just drop it a third and stay consistent with that. Sometimes it's 2 separate fucking ideas overlapping. You know what I mean? So it's a fucking, for me, my ear shits itself when I hear a harmony. I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? So, that is not right. Anyway, sorry, I'm going off the bridge here. That's fucking Domination by Pantera. But so slide into Easter here, E here. And there's another fucking quick tip. Anytime you're doing a run, all over the fucking neck or whatever, typically the note you start on is going to be a note you end on. Anyway, so we're going to start on the E note here. We'll go to the 7th note of A there, to the 7th note of D. We're just walking up, just stack fourths there. So 7-7 from A to D. We're going to go from 4 to 5 on D. Then we're going to go from 5-4 on G to slide into 9. Right where we fucking started. Not the best place to land on that because you gotta come back and grab that D chord. Grab your D. Anyway, so come here and make your power chord shape on the 5th fret. However many times that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. D, 5th fret of A, 7th fret of G. D, 7th fret of D, 5th fret of A. Now come here and mute your 3rd string of the, let's go with the call of fret this time, 3rd fret of your E, top string, low string, 1st string. So we're going to go from 3 on E to the 2nd fret of A, to an open A, to an open D, to a there, hits your 3rd fret. So mute 3 E, mute 2nd fret open. Open A, open D, back to the 3rd fret of A. A little harmonic there. Back to that D power chord there on the 5th fret. And just gonna slide it. Slide it to the 6th fret there. Back to that, and then we're just going to do a little walk down here on the 5th fret, the A string to the 6th fret of the E string, and we're just going to walk that down. Alright? And when we get down to that 2nd fret of the A, we just do a pull off from the 2nd fret to the open. You're back into that verse again. Alright, make sure I didn't fucking forget anything on that solo. I think I got that ditch. All right. Last fucking part here. Go to another thing. Yeah, same shit. But the last time, I think on the last chorus there, it doesn't do the. Doesn't do that. Anyway, it's the same from before. Then it just goes to the 3rd fret for the chorus part. doesn't do the trill there. It just goes back to a hammer-on. And then it just goes, you just drop a string down from the beginning. So that you just go down to the A or the E string. Walking 6/5 on A, power chord there. 6/5 on A, E, A. And walking 3/2 back at 3. Alright, and for the last part, it's the these fucking strings, man, I'll tell you what. So yeah, we're just making our E chord there. Bar on the 7th fret there on the E and A. Come up with a bar on the 4 frets of the A and D string. And then I have not worked out, or I've messed around with it. But I don't know the end of it. I do not know that shit. So, alright, that's all I got.